Hi, thank you for joining me at Monday Night Poetry. Today is Memorial Day, so we do set aside time to honor those fallen through military losses and just our families and friends and anyone that has lost their life at any point. Um, Today's the day for them, and we honor them. Thank you all for joining me. So today's episode is about what does it mean when someone says you're so strong? It has a lot of different meanings, and it took time for me to really think about what that means and when it's been stated to me or when I've heard that stated to me. You're so strong. So before we get started, if you can grab yourself a binder or some type of pen or pencil, and you can get here's a little three ring, or not three ring, but a little spiral notebook that I use in my poetry writing classes. If you're interested in purchasing one of these from me, please let me know. You can drop it in the comments and I will connect with you on getting you one of these. It has different prompts in it, and it sort of helps as a guide. Today we're diving into a phrase that I'm sure many of you have heard of. What does it mean when it says you're so strong? And how does it affect us, good and bad? Let's get real about it. Let's unpack this thing together, and then we'll write a poem about it. Before we start, I want you to grab your pen and paper, as I've mentioned, so that you can jot down some notes as we go along. First, let's talk about the good, because honestly, being called strong can be a very beautiful thing. It doesn't have to be something that we look at as negative. Strength as resilience and perseverance, even. Recognition of our ability to handle tough situations. It's often a compliment that shows people that we have courage, endurance, and that we have grit and able to overcome. This phrase often comes from people that are close to us, like family and friends and mentors, partners, and loved ones, and sometimes society's way of praising endurance. For me, being called strong, I was able to get through some situations in life, some dark times, some heartbreaks, some setbacks, and I still kept going. And that's a gift. It's a reminder that I have the power to face what comes my way. I overheard my dad, this is maybe 30 years ago, telling my mother that he thought I was so strong, and he was so impressed with how I was handling things, even when I was really struggling inside. But that recognition felt very good to me. It also made me feel like I had to keep up all the time. I want you to take a quick moment and just pause. I want you to take a moment and reflect on a time in your life when someone may have told you that you're so strong. With your pen and paper, just write about it very briefly, or write a word or two about a time that you felt very proud of yourself and proud of your own strength. What did you learn from that experience? And who told you that you were so strong? How did it make you feel? You see, there is a downside, but here's where things get a little complicated, because sometimes that compliment can carry hidden weight. It can create pressure to always be okay and to never fall apart. It might even lead you to suppress emotions or even avoid asking for help in the near future. It can make you feel like you're not allowed to have bad days or vulnerability. But sometimes this comes from well meaning people in our lives, like friends and partners. And these people may see us as being able to handle every single thing, but it's also reinforced by cultural narratives, especially for women. Can you share a story of when you felt that someone was telling you how strong you were? You can drop it in the comments if you like in the chat, and we can talk about it later. Now, think about a time that you felt you had to hide your feelings because of this strong label. Write about what you feel, who was saying it, and how that may have affected your mental health. What does true strength really look like? You see, it's not about perfection, and it's not really about vulnerability. It's about both resilience and being vulnerable. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to fall apart. It's okay to rebuild. I tell all three of my daughters that it's okay to cry. It's kind of like when you make a reservation at a hotel. You have a limited amount of time there before you have to check out and go home. So I tell them, go ahead and cry. Break down even. Do whatever it is you need to do. But there is a checkout point. There is a point that you've got to leave it there. Go home and try your best to keep it on. You can't stay there too long. You see, real strength is in being brave enough to show your cracks, your fears, your tears, and you still keep moving forward. I invite you to think about it. Think about the version of real strength. How do you show up? How do you show up resilient? How do you show up vulnerable? Leave your comments. And what does vulnerability really look like? With your notebook, go ahead and read a little bit. For me, real strength is allowing myself to be vulnerable. Like when I cry in front of friends, being vulnerable means I'm open and I'm okay with whatever responses that they may share. Here's the truth. You're so strong can both be beautiful and it can be a compliment. It's a reminder of your resilience, but it is also an unspoken pressure to always be okay. Never forget, strength isn't about never falling. It's about always being able to rise. And it is okay to be both resilient and vulnerable. Here's my poem. They call you strong, but what they really see is the courage in your cracks, the grace in your vulnerability. Strength isn't in never falling. It's in the rising each time we do. It's in allowing ourselves to be seen raw through and through. It's in the tears that we cry, the fears that we face, the scars we wear with pride, and the allowing of grace. Remember, beautiful soul, your strength is in your story. It's in your ability to be both fierce and fragile, to hold on, to never let go, and to keep going. I invite you to write your own poems, to pour your heart onto the page, and celebrate the strengths that are uniquely yours. Does anyone have anything to share? I want you to think about a time that you've shown vulnerability and resilience. Never forget, strength isn't about the negative. It's a connection that you make to the feelings that you have. Think about that as we move forward in our day-to-day lives, each and every day. This is a call to action. And if it resonated with you in any way, continue to share, continue to talk, the power of words. And remember, your strength is in your story. It's in your tears. It's in your courage to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to write your truth, celebrating your whole self, and always keep shining. Until next time, there is power in your pen, so continue to write.